Hello, it has been a very long time since you have seen my face on this channel, and the reason, there is one, and I will explain that right now. I just want to say, first of all, the skate park is actually definitely in Columbia, South Carolina, so for anyone who thinks it's in New York City, etc., it's not. Truthfully, the ties I have with New York are pretty much gone. You know, I've grown up in Columbia, South Carolina my whole life. I'm used to the South, and then I moved to California where it's sunny and perfect all the time, then Cincinnati where I had like all my YouTube friends. New York was kind of just like it was kind of a weird place that didn't really have anything to do with anything that I really did, and it kind of really prohibited how much I could skate. And now I'm in Texas. You can look around me right now. It's like perfect weather. I'm gonna skate. It's gonna be fun. But the skate park in Columbia, South Carolina, the reason I started it there is because I already knew that I could get a group of friends around who could make the content any way that I wanted to. And the content that I'd been enjoying on YouTube more recently is more raw footage. I like watching just like people skate. I'll like watch a video that has barely any views if it's just homies skating together. And I was like, I want to make that, because that's like, to me, that's like pure joy. It feels like you're skating with the friends. Like when the cameraman is part of the homies and he's talking and he's just kind of embracing the situation. I love that atmosphere. So I love putting together the YouTube videos for Progress Daily channel. It's genuinely fun for me to like do my job of editing these videos, even though I have a friend of mine who helps with the rough cut, and then I finalize the videos and I upload 3 a week, as you've seen. It's been a great process. It's been really fun. The skate park, the lease actually ends, I think, in like 5 or 6 months. And I had all these big plans for what to do at the park, and I had all these big plans of continuing the park. And the truth is, I really don't know now, because it's such a gamble, right? And it's a lot of people would immediately be like, dude, it's not a good idea for you to have money invested in a business that's not like in your city. Like, shouldn't you invest in like the first storefront that somebody opens? Wouldn't they want to do it in their own city? And I totally get that, and I figured, well, this will be an easy thing that my friends can handle, and they've been killing it and they can't handle it. But I know people on this channel want to see my face associated with it. That's why you're here. That's why a lot of people subscribe, is because they hear not only my narration with what's going on, but they see me be a part of the group and hang out, and they wanted to see like a different side of me where I'm hanging out with friends all the time. And you know, I mean, you know me, I travel and move so much that I try not to have too many core groups of friends, because I like, this is gonna sound way sadder than I'm meaning for it to, because I know those relationships will kind of fade. But luckily with the internet, you know, you can have more permanent situations and more permanent friendships. And in Texas has been so wonderful so far. And as much as I would like all my friends in Columbia just to move to Texas, can't really have that happen. But the main reason that I haven't gone to South Carolina is because it's difficult for me to be in that cities. I think anyone who leaves their hometown knows that sometimes there's a bit of anxiety when you go back for whatever reason. Maybe your hometown reminds you of this. Maybe you have a bad relationship with these people and you have to kind of see them when you're in town. You feel the sense of guilt all the time. And for me, like almost every negative emotion that I can possibly feel, it's kind of attached to my hometown. Like there are a lot of people there who helped me a lot. And every time I kind of like shit on Columbia, South Carolina a bit, I feel bad, because I know my friends from back home are like, dude, it's not that bad. And it really isn't. I mean, there are so many worse cities, because it is a city. You know, it's a college town, and obviously I'm not like a college bro frat guy who cares about any of that lifestyle, but at least there's like kind of things to do. There's like vegan restaurants, which means that it's a little up and coming, etc. But last time I was in town, I had a fallout with someone close to me. I can't go into super detail, but it really caused a wedge into like what I could do. It was basically, it was this really hard fight of basically like, kind of like, don't come back. Like, I don't know, like I can do whatever I want. It's a big city, but it was it hurt a lot, and it's hard to you know, like some people hate me. That's the way the world works. You know, I think like with what I do and with what I've done and with leaving my hometown, and I think with anyone who makes those kind of sacrifices, you can really burn people. And I think, you know, my move really burned some people. Like going to California and giving up on like, because in Columbia I was doing a lot. Like I was like skating every day. I was like fixing skate spots all the time. I was like doing whatever I could to make the scene better. Let's film every day. Like I was like so in it. And we just weren't getting traction because nobody really cared about what was happening in that small town. So I left. And I think that leaving, like, I always felt like a sense of guilt, kind of like a survivor's guilt, And because I just like, you know, there's a lot of my friends who like were so into skating who just stopped. A lot of my friends who were so into skating who had to move as well. And I keep in touch with a lot of people, but I do feel that survivor's guilt all the time. So unfortunately, Columbia, South Carolina is associated with a lot of bad feelings, and I wish it wasn't. I wish it was like as fresh and as cool as everything new, but it always just reminds me of like not only pain and past, etc., but it kind of makes me feel like I'm stagnant, like I'm not moving forward. Like I'm like, what is this place? And even with me, I'm like, I just want to get my family out of the city. Like I want to get my friends out of the city and blah blah blah. But people like it there, and it's a fine city. I have anxiety about it. So that's why you haven't seen me. I just genuinely haven't wanted to go back, and I don't know if I'm completely wanted to go back by some people, or you know, very few amount of people, but more people there love me, like me, etc. But it's kind of tough to deal with all that. So right now I'm in Texas, and the eventual plan probably is to like get a skate park in Texas. Who knows? Either way, like I love the idea of the skate park. I love what we've done, but it is my project. And there's no way that I can like entrust 7 people to be as passionate. They're clearly passionate, they love it, but it's not fair for me to be like, hey, work on this thing as if it's like your everything, because that's what I would do, right? If it was in Columbia, or my God, if it was in Texas, like that skate park would be everything I want in a month. It would be so over the top because I would be there every day grinding on it. And I think people would really enjoy that, and I would be able to, you know, Texas is a bigger city where more people go to, and it's an amazing place. I love it. So, anyways, stay tuned for whatever is to come. I want to go to Columbia, and I know that people want to see me in the videos, and I will try my best to get there as soon as possible. We'll see, because it's gonna be it's a wild ride. It's tough out here. As you get older, sometimes some things just sit on you heavy in life, and I hope this video explains anything, and I hope I said anything that makes any sense at all. On that note, stay tuned every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This week we actually do have a street session and another park session, and it's just the boys hanging out, and I hope you like that, because I love it. I mean, it's literally like my favorite content to watch, and it's on my channel, so I like that. Okay, on that note, I'll see you next time. Take care. Progress daily. Keep killing it.